God's Mindset on Glory FM 97.1. I am Priye Dere Fakawakara. My line of thought this morning is actually the value of money. You know, one of the things that you must understand about the value of money is that if you don't know the value of money, you'll see it as an ordinary note, an ordinary paper or coin, or just a written word, and you often misuse it. And let me tell you something, when you don't understand the value of money, it doesn't increase in your hands, it doesn't multiply. I went somewhere, I think sometime I bought something and I needed to get a change. And the change was as low as 10 naira. And the person was like, it's just 10 naira now. I said, it's not just 10 naira. I work for every money that I earned. I need my change. Now, if I was going to give it out as a gift, it's different. Or sow it as a seed, it's different. Because I'm expecting that for everything, that every seed, every money that leaves my hand, if it has to be a seed, I know that God blesses me for that. If you remember the scripture that says, a sower went to the farm, to sow. And then some of the seed fell on a rocky ground, some fell on a stony ground, some fell on a fertile soil. So where is your money falling on? Is it just falling on a stony ground? And then at the end of the day, you probably start thinking that you're being attacked. Or you feel that you came from a poor family, or your family, they are literally cursed, or it's a generational curse, like somebody might tell you or they tell you. No, it's not. Anything that has to do with money, if you go back to the scripture from the beginning, is that there is a law and a principle that guides money itself. So if you understand the power of money, the purchasing power of money, then you will know how to use it. When it enters your hand, you will not see it as ordinary paper. Even if someone deliberately gives you money, I've seen someone that money was given to him as a gift. He didn't work for it. And this guy was blabbing and abusing the person that gave him the money, expecting to get more of that. You know what would happen to such man? It will be difficult for him to receive such money again next time, or even to have an amount that he didn't work for. Probably he will keep begging and begging before he will get it. You have to understand that money has value. The value of money, it's simple exchange. The value of money is what money can literally buy or do to you as a person. The value of money, it's also the purchasing power of what? Goods and services. So if you don't understand that paper note that you have in your hand, it's not just an ordinary paper, but it's something that can change your life. It's something that can change everything about your perspective, your background. It can literally move you beyond your expectation. And the value of money, to crown it all, has the power to influence anyone upon the surface of the earth. So if you have that money in your hands, you can influence your family, you can influence your society, you can influence the entire village, your community. You can influence the world at large. When they hear your name, people will stand still with honor and respect, because you have the purchasing power to change circumstance and anything. You often hear the word that says, when money talks, bullshit works. That saying is true. That's the reason why in your family you can have a sibling that you're quite older than, and your sibling will talk to you anyhow. Your sibling will talk you down, abuse you, bring you down, wash you to nothing. I remember someone called me some time ago. He was literally crying and complaining that in his family, his younger brother has more money than him. And if they are calling for a meeting, they have to wait for him. There was a particular meeting they called for. It was very, very important. And it was imperative that everybody attends that meeting. As an older brother, he got there before his younger brother. And he was there for hours waiting. And he was like, why are they still waiting? Why is the meeting not starting? They said they won't start the meeting until his younger brother comes. And he was like, but he's here. And then someone asked him, say, who are you? Would you be able to make a better decision concerning this meeting. This meeting has to do with money. Your younger brother is the only one that can make that decision when it has to do with that money aspect. And he couldn't speak. His mouth was shut until his younger brother came. And while his younger brother came and they were having this meeting, he brought such an amazing, beautiful idea and make that suggestion. You know what? The younger brother told him to shut up. That what he's saying doesn't make sense. And then the younger brother make a decision and everybody in the family accepted it because he brought the money out. What the younger brother did, was he right? No, he wasn't right. But that's how money works. That's the reason why, if I were you, don't get upset with whoever is giving you bullshit because they have money. Don't get mad at the people who are rubbing it off your face because you are begging. Don't get angry when they say nonsense before your face because they have money. Rather, get angry and make money. That's just the alternative. Because if you get mad with people that have money, the way they talk to you, the way they relate with you, the way they treat you bad, the way you are not relevant in the family and nobody sees your word, if you get upset with that, your eyes will not be open to be able to see the way through on how to get more money and how to survive. Rather, you see yourself in a hole, living in bitterness and in pain. I've been there before, so I know what I'm talking about this morning. You will get to a point where you begin to have bitterness and you want to separate yourself from all the family. No, don't do that. Rather, it's okay that they are giving you. Yes, take it. Be wise with every money that enters your hand and begin to learn how money works. And I have good news for you, because in Patak Academy, we will teach you how to multiply it, how it works, how to work with it, and how to be able to increase it and don't see it like an ordinary paper. Value every money that enters your hand. When I listened to Warren Buffett talking, it was from him I learned how to appreciate every 10 naira. I don't put it to waste. I don't throw it on the floor. I don't keep my money scattered everywhere. No, I hardly even move with physical cash, because I understand that the power of money, when it enters your hand, you reinvest. You plow it back. You put it into a system that will give you back what you have put back in 1,000-fold, in multiple. It could be 100, it could be 50-fold, it could be 1,000. But the most important thing is that for every time you invest your money, then you have the purchasing power to influence or to bring about change in your environment as a whole. You must understand that money has everything it takes to bring about change, not just in your life, but in the life of everybody around you. God expects you not to fold your hands and do nothing. He expects you to work. The value of money, when you understand the value of it, you will literally not treat it like a trash. You will not treat it like an ordinary paper. And your mindset in all of this matters a lot. What do you think about money when you hear the name? Do you think money is evil? Do you think having money is actually going to cause your life pain? I've seen someone who is afraid of making money. Why? Because he felt that if he makes the money, his life is going to be wrecked. Probably from other example. No, you can literally train yourself and start building and developing your character that when you have this money, you will treat people right. You'll be nice. You will change lives. You will set a whole lot of people free from those who are having issues with accommodation, feeding. You will reach out to the less privileged. Make your decision before the money enters your hand. So when it enters your hand, you don't become foolish. Because there are some certain people, because of they are not trained, because you have issues with character and self-esteem. When the money enters your hand, you lose your senses. You misbehave. You put everybody down. And that's why it's good to understand who you are before that money enters your hand. Remember that there is a particular market. For some persons lately, we did some trainings and teachings on how people can be able to enter into the US and Nigerian stock exchange market. And I realized that we have some people who are really backward. Yes, I say that. And I'm not expecting you to get offended by that word. I expect you to pick up and learn. We have some people who are really backward And then you hear them say like, it's a scam, it's a punching scheme. Oh, come on, this is another method and all of that. Go find out. The Nigeria and the US stock exchange market is a regulating system from the government. Is a body that no person can be able to rule it down or bring it down. So the moment a company enter into that market, they follow the rules and the regulation that is obtained by the market. So how does it work? Very simple. The stock exchange market works like the normal market, the physical market that you go to. The only difference is that that's a physical market. You can see the product you're buying. If you want to buy Gary, you can literally see it. You pay for the Gary, they give it to you. But in this case, you buy a share of a company. Okay? When you buy the share of this particular company, the moment you buy it low, once the price goes up, what you do is that you sell it. So what we do here in the stock market is that we buy low and then we sell high. Lately, just in about a month ago, one of our students got into the system and was a little bit scared because he had not done it before, though he had heard about it according to him. And while he got into the market, we taught him how the market works, how he can buy, how he can sell, yeah, and all of that. And he bought some stocks. And the next thing I noticed, in a few days, he wanted to sell.